And it was like, I don't know, Key, but I don't want to talk about her. I don't want to talk about her. I'm like, all right, we ain't got to talk about it. He was like, but I do know what I want to talk about. I'm like, what? He was like, getting some of that coop noop. I'm like, nah, no, we not. He's like, but why? I'm like, you probably was just all in Africa just giving away. He's like, I wasn't. Like, I was not. I was not. I'm like, we'll see. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. He was like, I wasn't. And I told you that I wasn't. I was like, okay, all right. But I ended up giving in. I did end up giving in and giving him some. I did. And the very next day, the very, very next day, he woke up, went in the shower, got in the shower, came out the shower, and was like, I gotta talk to you about something. I'm like what? He was like, I got like a bump down there. I'm like, you got a bump from where? Because we use condoms. But you got a bump from where? He was like, it's right there. I'm like, well, it's probably a hair bump. It's probably a hair bump. He was like, it's more than one. I'm like, what? I was like, Martin, what are you saying? He's like, I don't know. I'm about to go and I'm about to get checked right now. Like, I'm about to make me an appointment to go get checked right now. I'm just like, but Marlon, I saw your paperwork before we started even doing this a few months ago, and you was clean. You saw mine. I was clean. We've been using protection. What's you know what? You got a bump? A bump. Can I see it? He was like, yeah, come on, look. He dropped the towel. He had 3 bumps. One on the head, one on the shaft, and one on the top of the shaft and one on the side of it. And I'm like, this better not be what I think it is. Like, it better not be. He was like, no, it can't be. But I'm going to go and I'm going to get it checked out because you're right. We were clean. Like, we were clean. So I don't know what this is. I'm like, okay, yeah. Go get that checked out. So he ended up setting up his appointment to go to the clinic to get a full panel done. So I'm like, okay, I guess we sit and wait. So as we're sitting and waiting, I'm thinking back, I'm just like, nigga, what are these bumps? What could these bumps be? I'm on Google trying to Google everything, and I'm getting like all this bad stuff back, and I'm just like, this is not about to be another Darius situation. It is not about to be another Darius situation. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, fuck no. I can't do it. So I'm sitting in my room, like Googling, just Googling. And then I get a message from my best friend, Jock. She was like, girl, call me. I'm like, huh? She was like, I got in contact with Leah, King's mom. Call me right now. I call her. She was like, look, I was on the boyfriend's page and I added the boyfriend. And then I went out and I sent her a message. And when I sent her a message, now I said, hey, it's this Leah. And she sent me a message back, was like, if you trying to talk to me about Banks, and my best friend Jock, she was just like, no, it ain't even about him, because she thought I was messaging her about her man. And I'm just like, ew, I want your man. It ain't about your man. It's about King. And then when I said it was about King, she was like, what about King? Like, what about him? And I told her everything that you told me. And when I told her that, she was just like, oh my God, I didn't know any of that was going on. And she was just like, what do you need me to do? What do you need me to do? And I told her that you was trying to, get her to sign over some sort of rights so that you can get him registered in school and everything. I told her everything. Like, I was walking her through, like, what she needed to do and everything. And guess what? I was like, what? She was like, she signed over guardianship. I'm like, she signed over guardianship? She said, yes, I got the notarized letter and everything. I'm like, she signed over guardianship to who? She was like, she signed it over to me. I'm like, she signed over guardianship to you. She's like, yeah. And I told her, like, she was like, yeah. And I told her that she need to talk to you. Like, we gotta coordinate something with you. And I'm like, why would she sign it over to you and not me? And she got me blocked. She's like, look, we talked about that already. I'm about to get her on the phone right now. So y'all ended up calling her on through. We on Messenger, not on the actual phone. We're on Messenger. Call her on three-way. She telling me she didn't know any of that was going on. She was just like, oh yeah, I've been trying to contact Darian for years now. I was telling him that I needed to send King his Christmas gift, but he had me blocked and this and that. And I was just like, Darian didn't have you blocked. You had us blocked. Like, you blocked me. She's like, it wasn't anything like that. He started threatening me. And I was like, okay. But at the end of the day, King is not safe. He is with Darian and his mom right now. Like, right now. And I need to get him back. I want to get him back. And Leah was just like, well, I already signed over guardianship to Jocelyn. Is there anything else that I need to do? I was just like, I don't know if that's going to work. You sign it over to Jocelyn. Because they're going to say that King doesn't know Jocelyn. King hasn't seen you since 2020. It's been 2 years since he's seen you. And then you just sign over, guardianship to a random person that nobody knows about. So I'm just like, you need to sign it over to me. If not me, to Pop Pop. Like, you need to sign over to Pop Pop. She's like, his dad? I'm like, yes. See, I'm going to get you in contact with his dad. Are you willing to have a conversation with his dad? She's like, I mean, yeah, I can have a conversation with his dad. I'm like, look, because he's with Darian's mom right now. With Darian and his mom. I don't trust it. Trust me. I do not trust that, because Darian's mom is just as bad as him when it comes to allowing Darian to do whatever. I don't trust it. Is it okay if you talk to Pop Pop? Is it okay if I give him your number? And she said yes. So I was just like, all right, let me call you back. So I ended up getting off the phone with them, and I called Pop Pop. I was just like, hey, I got in contact with Leah. He was like, oh, that's great news. That's great news. I'm like, yes, she signed over guardianship. He said, oh my, that is great news. I'm like, but she didn't sign over guardianship to me. She signed over to my best friend. He was like, what? I'm like, yes. My best friend got in contact with her, and she got the paper notarized and signed and sent it over to my best friend, giving her guardianship. He was like, do you have a copy of the paper? I'm like, yes, I'm finna send it to you right now. And I sent him over the file with the guardianship in it. He was like, but why would she sign it over to your best friend? Does she know her? I'm like, no, she don't know her. My best friend just reached out to her. But she signed over guardianship, and like we can go pick them up. Do you want us to go pick them up since she got guardianship? Papa was like, wait, no, do not make any rash decisions. Only for the fact that she signed guardianship over to somebody that nobody knows. I was like, I know that, but I mean, we got it in writing there. We can go and get them. He's like, I need to talk to her. We need to convince her to sign guardianship over to me. I was like, okay. I told her that she needed to talk to you, and I was gonna put y'all in contact. So we was just talking on Facebook. I don't have her actual number, but do you want me to give her your number? He was like, yes, give her my number, and we'll take it from here. And I was just like, okay, all right, okay. So I gave Leah Pop Pop's number, and I was just like, all right, they'll take it from there. A day, the next day, my best friend hit me up, and she was like, have you heard anything? I was like, well, no. Last time I talked to Leah, she was asking me, like, if I know any more information, and she was saying that she didn't trust Pop Pop. She didn't want to sign over rights to Pop Pop because she didn't trust him. And I was trying to tell her that, like, no, if anything, you can trust Pop Pop. I wouldn't trust the mom, but you can trust Pop Pop. But she's trusting the mom. So I guess I'm going to have to leave it up to Pop Pop to try to convince her to sign over rights. And Josh was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. We need to get in the car right now, go to Maryland, and get my damn child. She signed over rights to me, even if it's just for a year. She signed over guardianship to me. We about to get in this car, go to Maryland, and get my son. The fuck we waiting for?